Hey guys, this is Jay from J02 Reviews, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a game that I have said I was going to review a long time ago, or a little while ago, which I did not review because I had not finished the game, but today I'm going to be reviewing Spider-Man Miles Morales. This game is on the PS5 and on the PS4. I believe it retails for $40 to $50, or depending on the type you get, it might cost $60, but I'm just gonna be reviewing it, talking about my thoughts, and you guys know what I'm gonna be doing in this video now. So with that, let's get started on my Miles Morales Spider-Man review. Now, at first, I always thought when Miles Morales was revealed, there was one question that everyone was asking in their mind, and it was, is this going to be a full Spider-Man game, or is it going to be just DLC? And if you don't know what DLC is, it's just extra content that was added to the game to make it a funner experience and for people to go back and play the game again. And the answer I have for that is no. Well, yes and no. So you see, in Miles Morales, you play as Miles, who is sort of like a student of Spider-Man, and if you played the first Spider-Man game, you'll know the whole story on how he got his powers. And it is cool how, and I did touch on the character development in my Spider-Man review. Go check that out if you want to see it. But this game has offered a whole huge amount of character development, especially for people like Miles and his friend, and along with his mom on certain occasions. They're trying to, your Miles and him and his mom are trying to cope with the loss of his dad, who in the first Spider-Man game, spoiler, died in an explosion. So as they're trying to cope with it, and Miles is Spider-Man, they're just trying to live their lives and try to live like normal people, as if nothing happened again. And Miles tries to not think about it as much. They always show these little parts where Miles starts remembering his dad for like what he loved and who he was as a person, and him taking care of people. And this is one of the things I really love about the story. And the gameplay is not that bad either. I really enjoyed how in this one the fighting styles look different. Like, I remember in the first game, Spider-Man himself, he always kicks the enemies and stuff, while Miles always throws punches at them. So it's cool to see the variety in terms of how they act, and you could see that they're two different people, and that from certain things you could see that Miles is learning to be Spider-Man and to be who Peter Parker is. And this is something that is very enjoyable about the game, and you see this throughout the whole game as it progresses and you get towards the end. And I'm not gonna spoil the end, but also the story with Miles' friend Finn. They share a relationship as friends who have known each other for a long time, along with Finn's brother, and it's a great story on what happens and how their characters develop and how they change throughout the story. Especially Finn, if you don't know already, you might want to skip a little bit. But Finn is the Tinkerer, and the Tinkerer is trying to stop Roxxon, a company who made a new type of energy source. And it's just very fun to see how she is the villain, and then Miles tries his best to convince her to not do what she's doing and not be evil, from using certain ways of, like, I guess you could say, like, using her to get in on what she's doing and to see what's happening. So that is something that is very, very fun to see about the game, how the characters develop, especially the enemies. Okay, so this is the part where I'm not going to be talking about spoilers. I'm going to talk about the gameplay for a bit. And the gameplay in this game is very amazing. I love how you're able to use the Miles' new power, Camouflage, and Venom. And Venom is a very fun power because it is like electricity, like an electricity punch. And it's just very fun to use it on enemies when you're in like a an area where there's a lot of bad guys in one place. You could do a Venom Smash, and then all of them are just like electrocuted, and you could hit whoever you want to hit. So it's very fun to see that happen in the game, and to see what happens when you do fight these characters. And one singular Venom Punch on an enemy can help maybe take out its weapons or do something to the character in some way. And this is something that is very enjoyable about the game. There's a lot of side quests using a new app that in this game Miles' friend makes, and it just gives him activities to do. So you're always doing something in the game. You don't really run out of ideas. So that is something that is very enjoyable about this game, and I really like how that took place, especially with Miles' character development. It was a very fun thing to see, and I really hope that if there is ever another Spider-Man game, that the company would take these ideas and put it in there. Another thing that is great about this game is that you're able to have different suits like you could in the first game, but this time to Miles, they all have a Miles aesthetic to them, like the color of his suit, black and red, and that is something that is very, very enjoyable to collect all these suits and see what they do, because they do give you different abilities. My favorite is the Into the Spideyverse suit, so I really like that about the game on terms of collection of suits. I could go on and on about this game, but the main thing I'm trying to say is Spider-Man Miles Morales is an amazing game. I really hope that you enjoy it if you ever play it. The soundtrack is great, the collectibles are great, everything about the game is great, and it would be much better on the PS5. I'm just guessing, and I really hope you enjoy this game. I really enjoyed it, and with that, guys, this is the end of the video. This is Jay from J02 Reviews, and with that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.